Hey guys, good morning. So today we are going to be doing a deep dive and we're going to be looking at the history of the Reformation. You may have learned about this some in your Bible classes and various things, and I don't know exactly what's happening with my hair. I'm trying a new background and I brush it. I promise I do. Anyway, Protestant Reformation is what we're going to be focusing on heavily today. I am using a series called Crash Courses by John Green to help explain what happened in the Protestant Reformation and what the results of it kind of were in European history. And you might be thinking to yourself, Mrs. Bexford, this is not a history class. It's supposed to be a music class. I know. But keep in mind that what was happening in history at that time really had a very direct effect on music and who could write it and who could perform it and what it could be like, what the rules were like regarding that, and just what it ended up being. And so I want you to have this deeper understanding of the Reformation because it was very key at this time in history during the Renaissance. So read with me here at the top where I put the note. Today we'll be taking a deep dive into the history of the Reformation, which happened during the Renaissance period. While it doesn't relate directly to the study of Renaissance music, it will help you understand the difference between the Catholic or Old Church and the Protestant or New Church. Before the Renaissance, there was only one church. And with the Reformation, there were just a lot of new options, and religion became a lot more personal, and it changed a lot, and it changed the way that music was made forever, and it affects us still today. So you have two viewing guides. There's going to be two separate John Green Crash Course videos that you're going to watch. I wanted to talk just a moment, though, about some of the words that he uses. And I'm going with the assumption that you're pretty smart individuals. I've read your responses on various things, and I've been pretty impressed by the way that it seems that you understand and you handle the material that I've given you so far. But let's just talk about a few key phrases. Something that is described as papal or the papacy, that is describing the Pope. And remember that the Pope during this time was the overarching head of the church. And so he was not to be messed with. He was seen as like people's direct link to God. They didn't really think that they could have a direct link to God. Like we know we can now. And so the Pope was really, really important. So when you hear him talk about papal or papacy, that is talking about the Pope. That's talking about the leader of the church. Okay? Another thing that they refer to is monarchs and monarchy, or aristocracy or nobility. That's talking about kings and queens. And they were the other main source of leadership and great wealth during this time period. So there was the papacy, there was the church and led by the Pope, and then there was the monarchy. And so those are terms that you will hear used. You will hear the word Protestant or Protestantism. And basically that word, and you've probably heard it before, is just talking about the group of people who broke off of the Catholic Church because they didn't like a lot of the things that were going on in the Catholic Church. And even to this day, if you say that you are a Christian, people will sometimes ask you, well, are you Catholic or are you Protestant? So that is what Protestantism is talking about in these videos. One other just real minor thing is when they talk about the state or various states. In America, when we talk about states, we're talking about like little divided up regions of our country, like the state of Michigan. However, in that time and still today, most of the time when they refer to a state, they're referring to a whole country, like the state of France or the state of England. Or if they talk about the leader of the state, they're not talking about the leader of a small little chunk of land like Michigan. They're talking about the leader of a large area. So when they talk about state, that's what it's about. I want you to maybe jot notes in the margin of your page here, just to, if there are words that you don't understand or if there are concepts that you don't understand, I would love to help you. I'd love to explain them to you. Feel free to always reach out to me, always email me. I have no problem with that. I still find it really odd that you see me every day, and I think there's only maybe 2 of you in the class, maybe 3 of you who I even like know who you are and what your faces look like. So it's really an odd thing, and I wish I had more of a connection to you guys. But please feel free to reach out if there are things that you don't understand. So with that, I will let you begin your first John Green video, which is the Protestant Reformation Crash Course European History number 6, and I hope you enjoy it.